When I've always been in tech, and in my journey, there have always been a very limited number of women at the table. And we call it, sometimes you can call it, the bright, shiny penny syndrome, where you're the only bright, shiny penny in the room, and in this case, as a woman in a room of men. And it's not really something to be proud of. That's like the worst case scenario, is to be the only woman in the room. And when you look at the statistics, they back that. When you look at, the fact that in Canada, men hold over 90% of C-level roles, that women are falling behind early in their careers. And the fact, McKinsey had a report out that if first level managers were hired and promoted like men, there would be 1 million more women in management in the next 5 years. So the numbers really tell the story. And I find that a lot of organizations talk about the fact that they need more women in leadership. So they recognize that this is a gap. But what I find is that it's very rare for an organization to actually put a commitment to actions that are actually going to support changing that. So it is time to drive the change. It's time to stop talking about it and to actually figure out what action steps are you going to put in place to support what you're talking about, and to try and get more women in leadership. So that was a frustration for me while I was in corporate, and I would take this on as like a side project to run, a women's networking club, to launch a women's book club. I founded the Women's Leadership Summit alongside our user conference, which grew to, 500 to 1,000 people in person. But that was because I had a personal passion for it. A lot of the times organizations don't necessarily have that person that's going to step up, or, somebody is running it off the side of their desk. And it's always the first thing to, push pause when it comes to focusing on their day job, because they're already so inundated and so busy. So that was really the driving force behind my latest program, which is called Velocity Monthly, which is a monthly subscription. And the idea behind that was to specifically provide women with the content, an opportunity for collaboration and coaching that is going to support their journey, no matter what role they're in and no matter what organization they're in.